Nobody should be surprised, bruh. None of us should be surprised that the URL would sabotage Eazy the Block Captain and his upcoming card presented by Gutter City, the Trenches for Philly. It should be no surprise to nobody that the URL is pulling a Mutombo, a Shaquille O'Neal, bruh, and blocking these battles, bruh. But who is to blame, though? Is it Eazy for knowing that these types of things happen and still booking URL battlers? Is it URL for simply enforcing their policies and their rules that they've been enforcing for the past however many so years? Or is it the fault of the battlers themselves, bruh, that are agreeing to do these events and these situations knowing damn well that you're not going to be able to do it? Let's talk about it. Let me just start off by saying, I did not think that this was going to happen. I'm not even going to front. I'm not even going to hold y'all. I know that URL is capable of doing these types of things, blocking battles, sabotaging events, and blah, blah, blah. But I did not think that the URL was going to do this. I didn't think that they would do this because the URL's name is constantly involved in controversy, bro. The URL's name is constantly involved in some shady business or some controversy or something that has to do with something controversial and blah, blah, blah. So my train of thought, right, when people started talking about these rumors and URL blocking battles on Eazy's card was, wait a second. Maybe the URL doesn't want to be involved in everything and all types of drama and controversy all the time. Maybe, just maybe, the URL wants to stay out of drama and controversy. Maybe. I was thinking this, bruh. When Eazy announced his card, before any of these rumors and any of these blocked battles started coming to fruition, I was thinking maybe people are jumping out the window saying that the URL is going to block these battles, bruh. I'm glad that I held off on speaking on this topic until today, because I was completely 100% wrong in thinking that, bro. I was very naive myself in thinking that maybe the URL won't want to be involved in some controversy since they are constantly involved in some controversy or some drama. Maybe, just maybe, they want to take a step back and chill, right? And not have their names involved in some BS. Maybe. Do y'all think that that's what happened? Unfortunately not, bro. Unfortunately not. This all started with salute to Chris Unbiased. This all started with Chris Unbiased, bro. Chris Unbiased dropped a blog maybe 3 days ago. And he planted a seed in the battle rap community. He let Eazy know, pretty much, let us all know, that these battles are going to be blocked, bro. Some of these battles are going to be blocked, bro. Let us know. Just like that. After Chris Unbiased drops that bombshell, right, of a blog, other bloggers and other media platforms start picking it up and start just running with this and jumping out the window. What I thought was jumping out the window. Next thing you know, people are talking about the potential of URL blocking battles. Nothing has happened yet, but we're all talking about and pushing this narrative and creating this storm saying that URL is going to block these battles when nothing has happened yet. But then we get a tweet from Truthful. We get a tweet from Truthful. Let me see if I can pull up the tweet real quick. Hold on. Truthful tells us, Truthful is very transparent. First of all, I just want to say, it's so crazy that we're in a time where you can admit that a battle has been blocked We've been dealing with this for so long now. Think about this. We've been dealing with this for so long now. The URL has been doing this type of thing for so long now that we are no longer even at a point where the battle rapper has to try and cap about the battle being blocked. They don't even have to try to do that no more. Clean paper, you not making it to the airport or whatever, T-top, you being sick with a cold or whatever. Bro, we're at a point now where blocking battles, right, is such a part of the culture that we are now blatantly just telling the community that the battle's been blocked. That's the point that we're at now. It's become so accepted. These politics, this dirty business has become so accepted that now battle rappers are simply just letting us know that a battle's been blocked. No more, you don't got to try and cap. Ain't no capping, nothing like that. Nope. Where's that screenshot? Okay, so Truthful says, I received a more lucrative offer and will not be battling at Metamorphosiah on the Trenches card any longer. I spoke to Eazy and he understands and will get the deposit back ASAP. I appreciate him considering me for his first card and I wish him the best of luck on his event. So we are at a point, bro, where we are so accustomed to URL blocking battles and all these types of things happening that the battle rapper himself doesn't even have to cap about it no more. They don't have to cap about it no more, bro. They can literally just be blatant and just say, I received a more lucrative offer. The first 6 words of this post tell us that the battle's been blocked. Blocked. So Truthful gets an opportunity to battle on Eazy the Block Captain's card. Danny Myers, who is a very well-known, he's a household name in battle rap, a very good name to have on your resume, Danny Myers. Next thing you know, Truthful gets a more lucrative offer. Meaning, and this is the exact type of way that the URL blocks battles. For those people that have always questioned and wondered and denied or refused to believe that the URL is capable of such things and blah, 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 this is exactly how it's done. Just in case y'all don't know, it's not a matter of putting a gun to a battle rapper's head and saying, yo, you can't do this. No, it's a matter of business, receiving a more lucrative offer. And it's very easy to do this when you're dealing with people whom might not necessarily have a lot, right? Might not necessarily have multiple sources of income. Might be actually depending on battle rap and opportunities over at URL. It's much easier to manipulate, bro, these types of people than it is somebody who has their own thing going on, who has other sources of income, who has other opportunities on the table, such as award and etc. So that's how battles get blocked when it comes to the URL. They get offered more lucrative offers. Then we have Rosenberg Raw versus Swamp. Also not going down. Also not going down. The URL is in full force, bruh, trying to get Eazy up out of here, bruh. But Eazy, on the other hand, I'm very surprised that Eazy the Block Captain would take this approach when throwing his first card. I made a blog after Eazy announced Eazy the Block Captain versus Reed Dollars, because when he announced that battle, I saw that as a battle that could not be blocked, that was definitely going to go down. So I was glad to see that type of announcement, but I did not expect for Eazy the Block Captain to try and utilize battle rappers that specifically battle on URL. Now that could have been, or that is, not could have been, that is and was a mistake on Eazy's behalf. Because Eazy is very well aware of the business, bruh. Eazy was just a part of this business. He was just a part of this mess. So Eazy, you should have been aware as well that these types of things are very, very, very likely to happen depending on who you're booking. Swamp is one of URL's gunners right now. Swamp is at that point where URL can either use him and push him and promote him to make him bigger, Or now he's at that point, bro. He's at the brink. So to book somebody like Swamp isn't necessarily a smart move. To book somebody like Truthful isn't necessarily these guys. And it's what's interesting too is that Eazy mentioned, right, in this live stream, he's mentioning that he talked to these guys. He's confident that these guys are solid. They come from solid places. They blah, 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 blah. Eazy, 100% convinced that these battles are going to go down because the battlers gave him their word. The thing is, though, bro, is that for one, you can't trust anybody, for one. For two, we got to think about the type of people that we're dealing with, bro. The type of people that we are. I'm including myself in this, bro. If I'm working at a job and they're paying me a certain amount, that's cool. If I get other offers for other jobs that are offering me more money to do the same thing that I'm doing, guess what I'm doing? For myself and for my own future. This has nothing to do with being spiteful or not liking Eazy or being super loyal to URL. No, this has to do with my own future and career. I'm taking one of those opportunities, bro, that are paying me more money. This is where I feel like Eazy probably didn't fully understand. Was that the URL is a much bigger entity, bro, than Eazy the Block Captain. So they have much more to offer. All they had to do was simply make a phone call or touch base with these guys and say, yo, we got a different opportunity for you. We got more money for you, blah, blah. They're going to have to take the deal. They're going to have to. And do we know why? Because URL pretty much has to offer all of the opportunities that they can even think about having. URL has all the battlers. URL has all the opportunities. URL has all the events. So if we say no to URL, Truthful, Swamp, if we say no and do Eazy's card, what's going to happen to our career, bro? What's going to happen to our opportunities on the URL platform? What's going to happen? What is going to happen, bro? We're not going to get the same opportunities. We're not going to... People are still going through that right now. I don't know if y'all remember, bro, but remember when Rum Nitty was going to battle A-Ward and URL was not cool with that? They wasn't trying to have that happen and blah, blah. I mentioned it, bro. I mentioned it. I didn't talk about it a lot, but I mentioned, bro, that Rum Nitty was going to pay the consequences for doing something that the URL did not want him to do or does not want him to do. Why do y'all think Rum Nitty is not on big cards, bro? Why do you think Rum Nitty's not getting big names? Rum Nitty's top tier, super top tier legendary, bro. Everybody wants to see Rum Nitty. Why do you think he's not getting the opportunities, bro, that he should be getting? Why do you think he's not being put on mega battles and mega main events and things like? Because he's paying the consequences, bro. That's what happens when people don't listen, right? And don't abide by the rules that URL has set forth. So imagine somebody like Truthful, whose name is not nearly as big as a Rum Nitty. What would happen to him if he sits there and tries to say, nah, I'm gonna do Eazy's card, you know, because I'm loyal when I told him I was gonna. That's not gonna work out for Truthful, bro. So this is what I think Eazy was kind of naive in failing to think about. Was the fact that, bro, some of these guys, yeah, they might want to do your card. They might be cool with you. But if you give him or if you give them an ultimatum, right, they're going to go and they're going to make the best decision for them. So ultimately, this brings me to, right, the question that I asked in my intro. Whose fault, bro, or who is to blame when it comes to this type of situation, bro? Is it URL? Is URL to blame for protecting their assets, bro? Is URL to blame? Even though we know damn well that the URL is going to do whatever's in their power to keep their monopoly going, bro. We know that. We should all know that that's what's going to happen at every step of the way. Is URL to blame? Is Eazy to blame for having booked these battlers, bruh, that are associated and affiliated with URL? Or are the battlers themselves to blame, bruh? Are the battlers themselves to blame? If you ask me, I feel like it's everybody, bro. Everybody. But specifically, the individual battler, bruh. Specifically, who I feel should be held accountable most for these types of situations is the individual battler. Some people are even putting out there, right? It's a conspiracy. I'm not saying that this is true, but some people said it, right? Some people on Facebook, and I said, yo, this is a conspiracy theory, bro. This is not true. Some people think that battlers do this type of shit intentionally. Some people think, right, and believe, right, and it makes sense to me. I'm not saying this is what happened, but this does make sense. Some people believe that battlers do this shit intentionally, bro, to negotiate better opportunities, bigger bags on the competitor platform. Let me be specific. If we take Truthful, right, let's say he doesn't have any upcoming battles planned or anything, right? Let's say he's not booked to battle for the next 6 months or whatever the case is, right? And he gets an offer from Eazy the Block Captain to battle on his card. It's very possible, and I'm not saying this is what happened, but this is what some people are talking about now. Or we could even use Swamp in the same situation. It's very possible, bro, that these guys know from the very beginning that they're not going to do this battle on an Eazy the Block Captain's card. But in fact, what's going to happen is they're going to be able to use being booked on Eazy's card as leverage to get themselves into a better opportunity, to get themselves into a better position, to get themselves a bigger bag. Because we know that the URL does not rock with Eazy the Block Captain, bro. So there's no chance in hell that the URL is going to allow for that to happen. So knowing this, it is very possible. It is possible. I'm not saying that this is what it is, but it is possible, I guess, that battlers go into these situations and agree to these types of situations knowing damn well that they're not going to be able to do it, but they will be able to use the situation as leverage, bro, to negotiate a better situation for themselves. So aside from Eazy being responsible for booking battlers that are URL associated, and aside from URL being responsible for constantly strong-arming, you know what I'm saying, and trying to control their battlers from doing anything, the battlers, bruh, are also, I feel like, the most and single-handedly the most responsible for these types of situations, bruh. Because we know as grown-ass men, especially nowadays, what's going to happen or what happens in these types of situations, bruh. The fact that this whole battle rap thing is URL's monopoly, bro. And they're going to do whatever they have to do to maintain that control and that power over battle rap. Period, bro. Even if it means offering something to a battler that they weren't planning or thinking about offering something to, simply because they are about to battle or go on to or threatening to or agreeing to do a situation on a competitor league, bro. This is a crazy situation, man. I'm not surprised that this is what's happening right now with Eazy the Block Captain. But I want to hear what y'all thinking about this, man. I want to hear what y'all got to say about this, man. Who do y'all feel is responsible, bro, for this, bro? Is it URL? Is it Eazy? Is it the battlers, bro? Let me know what y'all think, man. You already know what it is. It's your boy Dro coming at you live and direct from the battle.